Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Allie Marie and this is my Catholic Perspective. I usually only post on Thursdays at 3 p.m., but Jubilee Media posted a video where I was a part of a 6-person discussion panel talking about whether we are pro or anti self-isolation. And I've been dialoguing in the comments a little bit, and I just wanted to chat for a minute about a couple aspects that I'm seeing show up recurringly. I can be against government-imposed self-isolation and still be self-isolating. Just because I disagree with rules does not mean that I am not going to follow them. Just like I might be on a back road that states that the speed limit is 30 miles an hour and I can still follow the speed limit even if I think it should be 55. Just because I'm talking about how I feel the government is overreaching and being a little tyrannical, I think that there is a balance between what should be imposed and what human beings can use as common sense. And if we aren't at risk, then go out and do your job and work and be safe and be hygienic, as I stated in the discussion panel. But I can still disagree with the government telling me you are going to do this or you are going to be fined. You have to carry a letter that states that you are an essential employee if you're going to be driving to work, if you're pulled over, so that you are stating what you are doing out on the road. The second point I want to quickly discuss is actually just from the video when Dr. Jamie was talking about antibodies and talking about how they work. And I was unable to ask him the question back because he was stating that we needed wider testing and a vaccine. A vaccine is utilized to create antibodies in your body. So as the doctors were talking about, they were saying, we don't know a whole lot about this virus, and it could very well be that if you get it once, you could still very well get it again. If that's the case, a vaccine is going to be pointless, because that's the whole point of it. I got the chickenpox vaccine and I never got the chickenpox. I just had my ultrasound though yesterday, 20-week ultrasound, and I was talking to the technician and she said that she had chickenpox 3 times as a child and she got shingles in high school. So while a virus can have a very consistent characteristic of only infecting a person once, it doesn't mean that there aren't going to be exceptions. All in all, I would say that it was a productive conversation. My takeaway from all of it was basically saying that I didn't feel like we were all selfish pigs and that we all really wanted what was best for everyone, for our health and well-being, for the economy, for everything else. We just all have different ideals for what we need to do to attain that universal well-being and different steps that we each believe should be being taken on an individual level versus a governmental level, and just how that all ends up playing out in our society today. I'm not a crazy, selfish person. Since having that discussion panel, actually, when I walked downstairs from recording, I learned that my husband's grandma, who is 95 years old, was diagnosed with the coronavirus. And she is currently in hospice and is passing away, unfortunately. But it is not from any type of coronavirus symptoms. She is not coughing, she doesn't have a fever, she's not displaying any of the typical symptoms, but she is in a nursing home that has been fully quarantined since the middle of March, and so a employee had to have brought it in. So no matter what we do, we can take every precaution that we can. We can do everything that we can to be safe, to practice social distancing, to follow recommendations. But when it's mandated, people are going to get the virus regardless. That's not to say be careless. That's not to say go out and stand in a huge group holding guns and protesting in these insane ways. I have not and would not condone those protests. And honestly, if you're against what I'm saying anyway, you haven't made it this far into the video. So maybe you have, and if you have, kudos to you, because I'm not like some extremist on some side. I do self-isolate mainly because I'm pregnant. I isolated when my daughter was delivered during the flu season. I have taken germs very seriously in my life, and we already had all the hand sanitizer we needed. We didn't even have to buy any because we have a 1-year-old, and I was just already prepared to deal with germs and be super conscious about not bringing sickness into the house. So I just don't feel like I need a government to tell me or to tell others that that's what we have to do when we are all doing our best for our families and doing what we can to prevent the spread and flatten the curve. If you haven't gotten to check out the Jubilee video yet, I definitely do recommend it. It was very insightful just to get to chat with everybody, and I did just want to do a quick little response for how the video was edited and how it all came out, the discussion comments below, and I do hope to discuss with more of you in the comments, either here or on the other video, wherever that shows up. There are probably going to be more comments on the other video, so maybe if you're actually wanting to discuss with me, comment here, but just know, no name calling and no curse words on this channel, so we like to keep it clean and keep it cordial, so be sure to just bear that in mind. But for my usual viewers and new subscribers and anyone else that has watched the video this far, I do pray that God is able to grant you the resources that you need to draw closer to Him and to those around you, and I hope that you're able to make it a great day.